Hi you guys, this is Peggy. I know I know it's been so long since I did a video. I've done so many doll videos that I just could not think of what I wanted to do a video about, but I've been really feeling like I've been missing doing videos, and so I was thinking yesterday and the day before and last night about what are the things that gave me the most trouble when I very first started making dolls, and when I first started making the Waldorf doll, and it was the different kinds of fabric and what to use and what not to use. So I've got out several different kinds of fabric that people use to make Waldorf dolls and just regular cloth dolls, and so I kind of wanted to go over that with you a little bit. I'll try to make it as neat and sweet and short as I possibly can. These three fabrics here are Interlocked Knit. They're 100% cotton, and they each have a different amount of stretch. They all three stretch both ways. They stretch this way and they stretch this way as well. And they have different thicknesses. And so depending on how wide you want your dolls to be, how fat you want them to be, or how thin you want them to be, will depend on how much stretch you want them to have. Some of them have 28% stretch this way, some of them have 35% stretch this way, and so you have to really think about that when you get ready to buy your fabric. The fabric that is thicker is going to hold up for a lot longer. It's going to be easier to sew. The life of the doll is going to be a lot longer. Also, if you're going to use like a pale colored, a flesh colored like this, then you will, if you use a real thin fabric, when it stretches, when you stuff the doll, you will be able to see your wool or your cotton through the fabric as it's stretched out, because you want to fill your dolls pretty full, pretty tight. This is the thinnest. I don't know if you can see how thin this is, but this is a really inexpensive interlock knit. This is the same interlock knit that they use to make like t-shirts. If you're just beginning making Waldorf dolls, an old t-shirt would be a great way to practice. A t-shirt will have way more stretch, but it'll really give you an inexpensive way to experiment and to learn how to do it. So, and I've also found that because the head is the part of the doll that really gives the doll the personality, you want to use the thickest cotton interlock knit that you can find for the head, and the thinner, which is less expensive. The thick is very expensive, the thin is less expensive. Use the thin for the body and the arms and the legs, and the thick for the head, because the thick is where you do the embroidery on the eyes, you do the mouth, the nose, and you want it to be stretched really tight. That's what gives you the definition of the face and the personality of the doll. So that's the stretchy fabric. This is a linen. It's we all know what linen is. It has no stretch either way, no stretch whatsoever. This is used for like the Tilda dolls that you can buy the patterns online from Europe or the UK. I know Amazon has some of the doll books for the Tilda doll, but linen works really well for those dolls, and it has no stretch, so you don't have to think about, okay, am I going to stretch this doll too tight, or is it not stuffed quite tight enough, or is it stuffed too tight? You just stretch it, you just stuff it to your comfort, whatever looks good to your eye. And this is Suede. It's really slippery on the inside, so it's real hard to sew on. You have to pin all your seams together before you sew them. But this gives the dolls a really nice soft feel and a really, really nice texture if you're going to make a teddy bear or a puppy dog or something like that. This works really well. And it has a small amount of stretch, maybe a 7% is all that has one way, and it doesn't have any stretch the other way. So it doesn't matter what fabric you use, you really need to think about when you lay your pattern down. If you lay it one way, let's see, and lay this out. This piece of fabric right here has a lot of stretch going this way, has a little bit of stretch going this way, not as much. It has a lot of stretch going this way. So if you lay your pattern going this way, you have an arm pattern, and you lay it going this way, when you stuff it, you're going to have a really long arm. It's going to stretch it way out. If you lay the arm going this way, then the arm is going to stretch a little bit in length, but it'll stretch more in the width around the arm, and so it'll give you a little bit chubbier doll, and your proportions will probably be a lot more correct. So just some things to think about. It's really good to do research and maybe buy samples of pieces of fabric before you spend the money to actually buy the really best fabrics that are out there. But thinking about the stretch and the different colors and how you can save a little bit of money here and there to be able to make a good quality doll that'll last for a long, long time. These are all really good tips, and it took me a lot of time and a lot of money, and I made a lot of mistakes finding these things out. So there you go. Thank you all so much for being so kind to me on my YouTube channel and for purchasing my patterns. And if you have any questions, give me a email at jeanledolls@gmail.com or follow me on my Facebook page. I've created a new site, a new blog that's just for Waldorf doll making, and I'm going to link all that in my YouTube channel. So thank you. Have a great day. It's sure good to talk to you again. Bye.